Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I'm Dakota, your host of CreatorQon, and I'm so excited today to have Peggy on the podcast.
Hi, Dakota. Hi, everyone.
Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
My goodness. Can't wait to get into it. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. Let's dive in. I mean, how would you describe yourself, Peggy, in 3 words, to people? What should people know about you?
I feel like I have a lot of hats, first of all. If I had to describe myself in 3 words as a mom, I think I would be fearless.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's one thing that I've developed as a mom that I wouldn't otherwise have had. I'm nurturing, and for the most part, for the most part,
For the most part. So,
yes.
and I know you said you're a mom. Let's talk about that for a sec because you're also a creator.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very busy schedule. You talked to me about your kids a little bit. How old are your 3 kids, and how do you manage to have 3 kids as well as create content? Let's talk about that.
So my boys, all boys, I live in a frat house. So my oldest one is 12 and middle one is 8 and the youngest one is 5. And the oldest one is he's really self-sufficient. Like he's in grade 6 and he does everything himself, and it's really good because he can also now help watch his younger brothers.
We love that.
Yeah. And so when we go travel, he's very helpful now. Like he helps with the luggages, he helps bring them to the washroom. It's great. For my middle child, he's I call him my angel child because he's never had a meltdown or a tantrum, and like fingers crossed that he keeps this trait throughout his years. But my littlest one is my wild child, and I feel like his personality is a lot like mine, and I think that is why we clash a lot, and I think that is also why I'm not like I fight with him regularly on a daily basis, and my husband just kind of like watches it on the sideline.
Goodness.
But how I started doing time blocks of how like I go through my day. So in the morning, I wake up early. I'm an early bird. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and so between 6 and 7 to like 7:30, that's my me time, and it's just silence, right? It's just whatever I wanna do in that block of chunk of time is great because there's no one asking me for things. It's like no demands, no nothing. It's just I have my tea, like I go through my emails, and when the kids wake up, then I make them breakfast and then I pack their lunches and then it's drop off. Then after drop off, I do a quick grocery shop and then I do my contents of the video editing and then the voiceovers, the audios, because I need my quiet space. Like when I do that, like nobody can be home.
No kids can be home when we're doing voiceover content.
Yeah, and then so I usually give myself about 2 hours in that time block. And then I prep, I do the dinner prep, and then it's pickup at 2:30.
Okay.
And then after 2:30 is they have like a little bit of like a downtime before they have their extracurriculars. So
Right.
that's when like my Uber driver as a mom comes into play. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. It's 3 kids, 12, as you said, 8, 5. That's a lot. Plus having to, yeah, manage that and then still find time to create content, post content, engage, and you got to kind of do that while they're away. So there's a lot going on there. But you seem like
Yeah.
you're doing a fantastic job managing that. So I guess what even Peggy inspired you to like start sharing your life on social and start sharing content on social media? How did you get started in this whole space?
It was through, I think it was during COVID times or just like right after like the height of COVID. And I think I've always really loved sharing food, especially because I love eating. Like I love just like trying new foods and different cultures, and I just found myself that I really like taking photos of like what I eat, and I share it with like my friends, my loved ones, my families, and then eventually like I just started posting online, and I'll share like with the location, like how I feel about it, and like I don't like having negativity like on my page. So if it's something that I don't like I don't share it at all.
Got it.
So like I just share like if I like a restaurant, then I'll post it. If I don't like it, then you won't
You're
ever
not
see it. You won't ever see it.
posting negative stuff. You're not putting out negative content. It's all positivity. It's goodness.
Yeah.
Got it. It makes sense. Has living in Vancouver influenced your, I guess, aesthetic in any way as it relates to your content style or the way you show things? Or would you say no, not necessarily? Just curious.
I feel like it has because I feel like Vancouver is a very multicultural city, and I love that it has its like outdoors nature
Yeah.
and the park. So I think it definitely goes into like everything that I capture. And like I'm Taiwanese, so when I in Asia in Taiwan, I don't feel like it's like city. It's just like very like hustle and bustle and city like. So there's not like too much of the chill, the calmness. And so yeah, I do think it plays into like what I capture
Yeah.
with the kids. Yeah, and they're very outdoor kids. They're very like into mother nature.
I didn't have to force them to like go outside and do things because every kid now it's like iPad, iPad, iPad and activity and rarely going outside.
Well, they do get their screen time too. Like I
Well,
don't I
my kid
yeah,
does too.
like I still say screen time is iPad is like the best babysitter. Like I have to give them
Really
that.
is. Really is. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't not allow them to have that. Like I don't want to take that away from them, but it's just yeah, balance, I
It
guess.
is the balance, and iPads are, yeah, they're great babysitters. I think that it's this challenge of, and again, even you're in the space, so I wonder your oldest, kid. I wonder if they go, oh, like you spend so much time on your phone and social media. Like, is there a double standard there? I wonder if they start to like, we'll use that against you later. We'll see.
Yeah, oh yeah, I hope not. But I guess the good thing is they see me always taking photos and taking videos. And so now they actually develop like say when the food comes, they'll be like, "Oh wait, mommy has to take a video first. Oh wait, mommy has to take photos
Um,
first."
cute.
And my middle child, Mason, he actually really enjoys like watching my reels after everything is edited. So sometimes even before bed, he'll be like, "Oh, mommy, can I like watch your reels?" Like, because he really likes it.
Well, so do you think he's gonna like follow in your steps here a little bit, or not? Sure.
Well, he has expressed that he's like, "Oh, I want to do a YouTube channel." You know, so I'm like, well, first of all, you have to know like what you want to create
Right.
and but you have to start, like just start, like whatever you wanna do, just like start
Exactly.
filming yourself like doing stuff,
Yeah.
right? So
You're a mom creator. How do you feel about your kids saying, "Hey, I want to start a YouTube channel"? Like, how do you feel about that? You're like, "Yeah," or you're like, "No."
I'm definitely on the I support you.
You're like, "Yeah." Okay. So what would you
Yeah, do it.
you're open to it. So is there like an age limit to when you're saying he's allowed to do it? Does he have to like show you the content first? What
Well,
is
yes, like I have to be a part like of the entire process. And yeah, because even now like when they watch YouTube, like I always say, if I catch you watching like inappropriate things, then you don't get the privilege of watching just like whatever you want to watch anymore. And like, and I can see like your history, what you search, everything, right? So, or sometimes like I'll hear them say things and I'll be like, where did you hear that? And then they'll tell me. Um, and then I'll be like, oh, which YouTuber was it that said that?
exactly
And then if I think it's inappropriate, then like you're not allowed to watch that guy anymore.
anymore? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I have the same thing with my daughter where I'm like, what are you watching? Or like I'll hear, I'm like, what is that? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
kids content, but okay. Yeah, I'd love to shift a little bit to like brand and collaborations as you've grown out your page. What was your very first, I guess, brand collab and how did that go? And what was that experience?
It was like a kids I think kids clothing line, and they when they reached out to me and just offered like product in exchange for like a
Content.
video or just like even a static pose. At that time it was not a lot of reels yet. It was like more like just like still photos. And so I think my first reaction was like, you want to give me free products? What? And because it was I've never experienced that before, and at that time I was just purely just posting for fun. And so it eventually took off, and then this first food related based one that reached out to me, it was a like a cafe that has like the best cinnamon buns in Vancouver. And I really like their cinnamon buns. And so when they reached out to me, like I was already a customer. So when they reached out to me, I was like, they want to work with me. So it was a good feeling.
And I guess so for you, do you really have to like the brand, know the brand in order to kind of curate content? Or for you, you're like, well, it's okay if it's a brand that I don't necessarily, know or familiarized. I'm going to get myself familiarized with them if they do want to work with you. What is that typically?
No, it definitely has to align with my page first of all, and I think like when a brand reaches out to me, like I also wanted to have like a storytelling kind
Yep.
of like like a way like because my like I think the way that I create my content is more lifestyle. Like I when I first started, I wanted everything to be perfect. I want it to be like,
Okay.
aesthetically nice. It has to like it has to be perfect. Like everything has to like match, right? So like it took me a really long time to just push out one video or just like one post even. And then so I've learned to kind of stray a little bit from that, and I just want things to be more raw, more relatable, and I feel like a lot of the brands now are tailored to that route too. Like they just want to have more like relatable content now.
And it not
Yeah.
so like cookie cutter. And to your point, you want to kind of like tell a story around
Yeah.
and be able to like put it in your way, not like read a script.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So I do put effort into like when I do my voiceovers, like the script, like I actually sit there with my phone that's like playing the video that I already edited with the song that I chose, and then I'll have like my laptop and then I'm like thinking of the script, and then I'm just like sitting there like like tweaking everything. It does take time, but I feel like it has more like a heart to heart resonation with like the audience.
Totally. Yeah,
If
totally.
there is like some sort of story behind it.
Exactly. And platform wise, I guess, what platform is your biggest platform? Why do you think you've grown there the most? And I guess what's a platform that you want to grow on?
Instagram. So I'm really only on Instagram right now, and I've tried to like dabble into TikTok and like a little another one, the Chinese Instagram called Little Red Book.
Okay.
Um But like I feel like it's so much work. Like just even managing one social media platform.
Wow. So what
But
is
a lot of
the Chinese Instagram?
yeah, so there is a Chinese Instagram called Little Red Book, and it's just like all Chinese based.
Okay.
But that one like is yeah, it's basically I call it the Chinese Instagram because they just post like really lifestyle stuff, and then it's quite big, but I haven't so I created accounts for like all these social media platforms, but I'm really only on Instagram.
Is there. So I guess what's the difference between this Instagram and like regular Instagram, like the Chinese Instagram? Is it like different? You think it's like harder to grow there? The style of content's different?
I think it's less work, I want to say, because it's like you can really just like post photos and then just have like a caption, and then people will just like be all over it. But and maybe because the Chinese Instagram doesn't really have algorithm, I
Okay.
find. So and because I do find like it's getting like harder to even grow on Instagram too.
Totally.
Like it's always changing.
It is. It is. It's hard to keep up with that in a meaningful way. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get
Yeah.
it.
So I actually do want to start doing YouTube though, like
You
vlogs.
and your son. You and your son will do YouTube together. But no, that's a great platform. Obviously, it's long style content, long form content. I know a lot of the creators who I have chatted with have kind of said consistently YouTube is one of the harder platforms to grow a subscriber base on. It is one of the most challenging.
Well,
They have said that. However, I think YouTube Shorts, you could take a lot of your content today from IG and put it to YouTube Shorts, at least to kind of get that going. So
yes,
that's something that even we do with the YouTube page. We put a lot of our clips on Shorts, which we've been getting a good amount of views. So that's positive. Yeah, and then I guess if there was like an ideal brand partner that you could like work with, do you have like a brand that you're like, oh, I would love to work with this brand? And is there a particular reason, I guess, why?
I don't have like a specific brand that I absolutely want to work with, but like uh I do want to work towards like hopefully one day do work with like campaigns or like the fashion industry and to go and to to just get flown somewhere and just attend like those fashion shows that like yeah, that would probably be like one of my dream
Ideal.
yeah.
I get that. That would be fun. I mean, I want to be flown out too. I get it. So
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about foodie life, and I want to shift a little bit here. What's your ultimate comfort food, and who makes it best?
So I don't have like a specific dish, I guess, but I if I had to pick, I think it would have to be Chinese food
What?
and probably a Hong Kong styled steamed fish
Okay.
with a soy sauce, and it has to come with like a steaming bowl of hot white rice.
Ooh, I love this. So specific. Good, good. What's one food trend you're currently obsessed with, or just you're over it?
Obsessed with. I would have to say, and it might sound kind of weird. So, ever since we made a trip to Japan 2 years ago, I fell in love with natto. Like, you know, the beans are really like stringy, sticky, and so I fell in love with natto. And so I have been eating like natto with avocado on a bit of rice and sprinkled with like furikake. And furikake is like the Japanese seasoning that you just like pour on anything.
This is your go-to thing right now. You're loving this.
Yeah, I am loving it.
Okay. Okay. Last question for you. What's one ingredient or tool you cannot live without in your kitchen?
A non-stick wok.
I love it. This is
Yes.
very valuable and important insight and information here.
Yeah, definitely a non-stick wok.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, Peggy, thank you so much. First of all, I think people got to learn a little bit more about you, your background, your platform. Of course, people let everybody know where people can follow you, I guess, and what they can expect when they do follow you.
Thank you, Dakota.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, for me, I think like looking at your content, I mean, I feel like you just do such a great job. Yeah, just making it, and you used the word relatable before, but I think, just like relatable. It's you have your kids, like it's it doesn't seem to put on. Like it seems like this is your day in the life. This is kind of what your life looks like. And I think that's appreciated. I mean, people want to kind of follow and engage with people who they deem authentic. And I think
Hmm.
you do a really good job of that. So yeah, it was fantastic talking to you today. Thank you so much. And hopefully we can
Thank
chat
you.